going to just take a deep breath. There hasn't been much breathing time this morning, so everybody take a deep breath with me. It won't hurt you, and it might help you. All right. So glad to be here. This morning, we are talking about, I started a series of going through some of the catch sentences and phrases and affirmations that we use here in this church for us to glean the meaning of them. Sometimes when we say something over and over again, it gets very rote, and we don't want to pray in a rote way. We don't want to affirm in a rote way. This is a time for us to just look at our offering affirmation. And so, starting off, what is an affirmation? Well, it's an affirmative statement. It's not a I hope or I will or please. It's an I am. Just like the song we just sang. It's a song of affirmation. Wherever we go, God is. Wherever we love, God is. I now am wise, I now am true. Not, I hope to be wise, I hope to be true. Because when we speak those words, even though I'm not always wise, I hope I'm always true, but I'm definitely not always patient, kind, and loving too. I can tell you that. But I speak those words of affirmation because my subconscious is listening in. And I want to declare that as my truth. That is the truth of who I am, but human Melinda hasn't quite grown into that yet. So I state the truth from that spiritual truth, hoping that, knowing that my human truth will grow into that spiritual truth. So that's what an affirmation is, and that's why we affirm, every time we take an offering, we affirm our abundance, because we can't give from our lack. We can only give from our abundance. And every one of us is abundant. Rick spoke eloquently a couple of weeks ago about what abundance actually is, which is more than money in the bank, although that is part of abundance. It is the abundance of life, the abundance of joy, the abundance of energy, the abundance of peace, the abundance of friendships, the abundance of love, the abundance of beautiful sunshine and needed rain, the abundance of your dog who runs to greet you when you open the front door. All of this is abundance and more. Start noticing the abundance in your life and saying thanks for it. So, Eric Butterworth says that real prosperity is a way of living and thinking, not just money or things. Poverty is a way of living and thinking, not just lack of money or things. So we can live in an abundance consciousness, or we can live in a poverty consciousness. We get to decide. We get to decide. Yeah? So this is my spiritual practice right now. Things are happening in my life that objectively you might not call abundance. And yet what I realize is that I am living in abundance in every moment. I have so many blessings pouring down upon me in every minute. And I have absolute trust that I will be taken care of. And more than taken care of, I will be given an abundant life. I will continue my abundant life. That's how I train my mind every day. When I start to have a pity party, which I do every now and then, I don't stay there. I notice the thought, and I go, whoa, poor me, that's poverty consciousness. I want to live in abundance consciousness, so I start saying what? Thank you. And naming the things I have to be thankful for. So our affirmation is actually divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am grateful. That's our affirmation. Beautiful affirmation. So divine love. What is divine love? You want to know what that is? Divine love. Energy. Power. This the formless into form. Everything you see around you came from divine love and sprang into creation from that love, and therefore is made of the substance of love. That is divine love. The first cause from whom all blessings flow. Whatever is good in your life, that is divine love. That is divine love. I, a long time ago, decided that sometimes, some days, I couldn't believe in like a God the way other people believe in God, like he's dispensing favors or holding back favors but because of judgment. And I had to determine who is God to me? What is the divine to me? And the divine is the energy and power of love, the presence of love, the practice of love, the experience of love, the giving of love, the receiving of love. All of that is God to me. When I say the word God, I mean love. That's what I mean. And if you ever read anything or hear anything where you can't just substitute the word love where God is, then it's wrong. If you read somebody holding a sign that says God hates whatever, love hates, no, doesn't work. Must not be true, because love can't hate. Love can only love. That is divine love. Through me. Whoa. So it flows through me. You know, when we first come to divine love, sometimes we think of it as to me. And we ask, please God, give this to me. Give this to me. And that's okay. That's where we are at the moment. We reach a point, however, with our conscious contact with that love, with that God, with that experience of love that we are practicing into our lives on a daily basis, that we are affirming as our truth on a daily basis. And we suddenly realize that the love is not to me, the love is through me. All the love that I have to give doesn't come from this little limited thing. It is divine love that I'm allowing to flow through me to you. Every mother's love for her child is divine love flowing through her to her child. Every lover's love for his or her lover is divine love flowing through that person to the other. All your friendships are the degree to which you are allowing divine love to flow through you and bless another. And so we get to open to that. Because if we're going to be through, we have to be a channel, not a vessel. If there's a cutoff anywhere there, then there's a limit to what we can receive. And then there's a limit to what we can give. And you get given out very easily. If you're giving from your lack, if you're giving from your humanness, if you're giving from your limited vessel, then you will give and then you will feel taken. But if you understand that you are the flow through for divine love and you give from that place, from a constant abundance, like the hose is running, you're not going to run out. You're just sharing the water, okay? Yeah, divine love through me. And then Eric Butterworth says, God can do no more for you than he can do through you. I'm going to say that again. God can do no more for you than he can do through you. You are that channel that makes that come into being. So divine love through me blesses. Ooh, do you have the power to bless? I thought only God could do that. Well, guess what? Divine love is flowing through you, so you have the power to bless. Oh! Divine love through me blesses. And to bless means to invoke divine favor or protection or happiness upon someone, or to consecrate or make something holy. We have the power when divine love flows through us to make holy anything we focus our attention on, to bring the sacred into the secular world. That is our gift. When we allow that divine love to flow, we get to bless. We get to bless, and so we bless. What do we bless? We bless ourselves. We bless each other. We bless whatever is flowing through at the moment. In our offering affirmation, we're giving money in that moment. So we bless that. We make it holy. We invoke divine favor upon it. We bless it. We bless it. Bless yourself. Bless your money. Bless your home. Bless your car. Bless your dog. Bless your loved ones and the cats. Not to leave the cats out. Your ferret, whatever. Extrapolate, y'all. Bless whatever feels like a blessing in your life, and pay attention and you will find how many blessings. You won't find them all. It's impossible because you are receiving millions at this moment. But I have a prayer, which is I want to receive at least 1% more awareness of my blessings than I have had so far. And I believe that in itself will increase my abundance by 1,000-fold. Right? Just knowing what I'm blessed with. Oh, yeah. People love me. I have a house, whatever. I got a car. No. But you should hear what happened to me yesterday. Right? Bless it. Bless it, bless it. And you know what? You will reach the point where you can bless what happened to you yesterday, whatever that was. I'm at a point in my life now where I'm blessing what's happening to me. I'm not enjoying it necessarily, but I'm blessing it because I know that somehow it is for my good. It is for my good. It may not feel good in the moment, but it is for my good. I trust that because divine love through me blesses and multiplies. So when divine love comes through me, it actually multiplies. Think of all of the channels of divine love flowing. Every human being who opens up to the flow of divine love through them increases the flow of love on planet Earth. So every moment that I can do that, I am increasing the flow of love on planet Earth. And guess what, y'all? There will be a tipping point. I don't know if it will be in our lifetimes, but when enough people pray peace, when enough people give love, when enough people open to divine substance flowing through us, then the world will change, then and only then. Not at the end of a gun or at the signing of a treaty. Only when the people change, only when the people open to the magic of who they actually are, which is a channel for divine love to flow through. Not everybody knows that, but by golly, if you didn't know it now, before, you know it now. So start blessing it. Start realizing that for yourself. Start claiming it for yourself. This life is mine. This flow of good is mine. It's given to me simply because I was born, because I am a creation of love, for the purpose of love. So blesses and multiplies, begets more, doubles, triples, appreciates in value. Appreciates in value. It multiplies all that I am, all that I am, all that I have. I want to read you something about all that I am. Can you tell I've been reading Eric Butterworth lately? What is God? Here we are faced with a definition which can only limit the limitless. We could say God is mind, God is life, God is substance, but whatever we agree God is you. This may seem shocking to you to think of yourself as God, but we did not say you are God. We said God is you. All ice is water, but not all water is ice. Whatever your life is, it is God. The life in you is God life. The wisdom in you is God intelligence. The love in you is God love. You are a child of God, an expression of God, so there can be nothing of you that is not innately of God. Can you claim that for yourself? I'm not God, but God is me. I am living the life of God as Melinda. And so when I am aware of that, when I remember that that is true, I act a little different. I don't know about you. But if I'm going to live the life of God, I want to live it openly and abundantly and freely and with happiness and with joy and with peace and with love for other people and love for myself. With love. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have. All that I have, all of it. I like to say God is frugal. God uses every single part of you. So what are you trying to get rid of right now? Could it be that in some way that is useful for God? I don't know. Think about it. What I find is that the things that I think of as my character defects are usually something that they're just a character trait taken to an extreme. Right? I'm perhaps impatient sometimes. But where does my impatience come from? It comes from me being a person who likes to get things done, who likes to see things happen, who is motivated, who is enthusiastic. And I can start to get into control about that, and then suddenly I'm impatient, right? Yeah. So think about what it is in you. The Apostle Paul said in one of his letters that he was talking about something that he saw as a flaw in himself. He didn't say what it was, but he said, I keep praying for this to go away. I ask you again and again and again, take this from me. I don't like it. Take this from me. I don't want to be this anymore. And God's reply to Paul was, my grace is sufficient unto you. What I hear that as meaning is, I'm using this. You've already got my grace. You don't need more. Nothing needs to change. Whatever this is in you, I'm using it right now. I'm using it. So surrender. Surrender to it. Right? That doesn't mean act like your worst self, but it means understand that whatever trait it is that's leading you to act at times like your worst self is still a God trait in some way, and you can use it differently. You don't have to get rid of it. You can use it differently. All that I have. So all the traits that I have, right? And all that I have, my abundance, blesses and multiplies my home, my car, my friends, my pets, my dishes. Name it. What do you have? Because the moment you become aware of what you have, it does multiply. It fades and subtracts when you let your abundance out of your awareness. But when you bring your abundance that is already there into your awareness, then suddenly it is multiplied. The good that it does for you is multiplied. All that I have, all that I give. Ooh, yeah. So if this is all flowing through us, we can't hold on to it. It doesn't work. That was the lesson of the Hebrew children. They had manna from heaven. They were given food every day, but they didn't trust. I've got food every day for the last month, but I don't trust I'm going to get food tomorrow, so I need to get my Tupperware out and try to store it. And it went bad. Every night it went bad because there is new good coming. When we try to hold on to our old good, we forget that there is new good coming. We don't like change. None of us likes change. But there is always more good coming. When we let go of our abundance, there is more abundance coming. When we give of our money, when we give of our time, when we give of our talents, we do not run out because we are giving from a flow through, from a stream of divine love. That's the way it works. All that I give. And as I bless it, it becomes more valuable, more effectual, right? When I bless all that I give, it becomes more valuable because it is blessed, because I have invoked its sacredness, because I have brought it into my awareness and it is affecting me in that way. And then all that I receive, divine love through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Because we do receive. We do receive. And the next phrase is prime. I've been saying it since the beginning. And I am grateful. And I am grateful. Because every moment that we're grateful, we are in awareness of the flow of divine love through us. Every moment that I am aware that I am able to give money, I'm admitting that I have some, right? Every moment that, and I become aware of that. I become aware of the ways I've already been blessed. Viktor Frankl, in Man's Search for Meaning, talked about living in the worst circumstance most of us can possibly imagine, which is in a concentration camp where you are brutally abused and starved and put to work and basically worn out until you're no good anymore, not given enough food. And he said, under these conditions, in the ways that most psychologists up to that time had described human nature, would have been that everybody would have just turned into an animal. It would have been Lord of the Flies, dog eat dog. And sometimes it was. But sometimes it wasn't. Sometimes he saw people giving what they had. And the moment that they could give what they had, whether it be a smile or a kind word, or if they had a breadcrumb, to give half of it away. When people were able to give from what they had, they kept their humanity. And those were the people who often survived the camps when others did not, because they didn't give up. They became aware that everything could not be taken from them. Their power to give could not be taken away. My good cannot be kept from me. Right? So, I am grateful. It points our attention to what we have and to what we are receiving. It raises our awareness to the beauty of the world. It changes our thought. And back to that first reading, when Eric Butterworth says, your abundance is about your thoughts. Your poverty and lack is about your thoughts. So can you begin to think abundant thoughts? Because when you change the cause, you change the effect. We run around trying to change effects, right? Oh, I'm not feeling abundant. Let me go see if I can, I gotta whatever. Get another job, see if I can get a little more money out of this person or that person or whatever. But what if we go, I am abundant. Whatever is there is my abundance. Whatever is there is my abundance, and I bless it. I don't know how to tell you how that happens. I just know that it does. And it does, and it has, for so much of my life, really, ever since I started being aware of my blessings to the point that I felt free to give, which was sometime in my 20s. I was challenged by somebody to start tithing. And my attitude at the time was, yeah, that's not going to work. But I did, and it was like, oh, I gave 10% away, but I don't have less? How is that even possible? I don't know how to explain that. But it was my experience, and it has been my experience my whole life. Whatever comes into me, 10% of it goes back out to where I get my spiritual food. That's the important thing. Are you giving to where you get your spiritual food? Because really what you're doing by tithing, it's just a percentage, whatever the percentage. But it's fair, because if you have more, then your percentage is, the percentage stays the same, but you're giving more. If you have less, your percentage stays the same. So you're giving less, but you're giving from the same abundance. Does that make sense? You're giving from the same abundance. 10% is just a number, but it is a number that says, I suddenly realized that all this money is not mine, it's God's. So all I'm doing by giving 10% away up front is saying, God, I recognize that all of my blessings are from you. Thank you for the 90% I get to use in my life. Bless this 10% that I'm giving out to the place where I go to feel at one with you and your people. Now for me, it's been church most of my life, but also I tithe to musicians. I get spiritual nourishment from music. And sometimes somebody who doesn't even know me will just get a check in the mail. Sometimes I see a play or an author of a book that really changes my life, that really nourishes me spiritually. I'll give there. So let me be clear. I'm not asking for money for the church. I'm asking for you to open up the abundance in your life by giving to the place where you get spiritual nourishment. And if you're not getting it here, then God bless you. I'm sorry about that. I believe that most of you would not be here if you weren't getting it from here. But I know that you get it from other places as well. And all of that is good. All of that is good. It's not about an amount. It's about a commitment. And it's about making it sacred. So, if not now, when? If not me, who? A Jewish scholar from way back before the Common Era. Hillel the Elder. If not now, when? If not me, who? Divine love is all love in all forms. Money is not good or bad, it's just another form of energy. Meister Eckhart said, "The eye through which I see God is the same eye through which God sees me. My eye and God's eye are one eye, one seeing, one knowing, one love." So I am acting as God in the world. Love is within us. It cannot be destroyed. It can be ignored. To the extent that we abandon love, we will feel it has abandoned us. Denying love is our only problem, and embracing it is the only answer. That is a quote from Ernest Holmes that I want to leave you with. Love is the answer, but it applies in all areas of our life. Thank you.
And we started a little late, so I'm going to make this a very short meditation. Just breathe with me 3 times. And notice as you continue to breathe that this is evidence of divine love flowing through you. You cannot hold on to a breath. You cannot get another breath until you have let go of the one that you have. And that's how life works. And that's how divine love works. Given to us freely. We don't ask for it. We don't earn it. It's just given to us. Even when we're asleep, it comes. When we're not paying attention, it comes. When we're downright ornery, it comes. So, in the way that we wouldn't think of stopping the flow of our breath for very long because we know it's not good for us, we can open ourselves to not stopping the flow of love through us, of not stopping the flow of peace through us. of not stopping the flow of divine joy through us, of not stopping any of the energy of God, however it manifests, in money, in goods, in friendships, in nourishment of any kind. We bless and we multiply. We breathe and we are blessed. And we say thank you. And so it is. Amen.